Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Private Practice with Soul podcast. This is the first podcast for counselors that just don't align with the traditional approaches to business and that want to use their spiritual gifts, talents, and interests to create, you guessed it, a private practice with soul. So, look, leave it to me to provide you with everything you need, including strategies that you can use to increase your income, reduce your workload, and of course, increase inquiries and referrals to your beautiful soul-led private practice. I love it so much. If you haven't done it already, grab your journal, grab your pen, and let's begin. Minimum, and maybe I'll hit pause if I need to and come back. But anyway, on with the show. So this is all about really how to market your practice. Now, I think I mentioned on a previous episode that I was learning how to market my practice and I'd started doing this digital course. Well, I am loving the digital course so much that I ended up deciding that I was going to sell it as well. So today I want to talk with you because you may have, if you're in my world, thank you very much, but you may have seen some posts or had some emails about the course that I'm doing and also now selling. And I'll explain to you the difference and why I'm also selling it and how you can too if you'd like to. It's totally up to you. Because I want you to know what's available in the marketplace for you. As you know, I have a marketing program. It's called Marketing with Soul. And that program is my baby. It's a program that I wrote that helps you learn how to create genuine connections and market your practice authentically so that you can attract your dream clients. Well, this course that I've recently purchased, I bought it because I wanted to learn more and update my qualifications in marketing, and update my knowledge of marketing, obviously, and see if there's anything new that perhaps I wasn't aware of that I could be aware of to help. And it isn't tailored to private practice. It casts a much wider net, and its content is different to Marketing with Soul. Like, it's not soul driven or anything like that, so it doesn't have all the woo in it. But at the same time, it does have a lot of the essentials that you do need to, do things like not only attract clients to your business, but also to nurture them and also to retain them. Once they finish sessions with you and finish working with you, you need ways to retain them because one of the largest expenses for a private practice is in the acquisition of a brand new client. It's always much easier to work with and re-engage people that you've worked with before than it is to get a brand new client. So this course teaches you how to do all of those sorts of things. So what is it? It's called a digital marketing course. It has 10 modules and 144 lessons. You don't have to do them all, so don't get overwhelmed. Each lesson is around a video that's about 5 minutes long. I think the longest video I've sat on was about 15 minutes or so. And it takes you through exactly what to do step by step in order to, sell if you've got digital products for your private practice, if you're selling sessions, programs, bundles, packages, retreats, courses, your memberships, all those kinds of things. This teaches you how to do it. One of the things that I really liked about it, apart from the lessons being so short, was that you get to implement things straight away. And that became very addictive for me. The more I was implementing, the more confident I was feeling, and then I would go on and do the next video. So I kind of powered through the course, or the bulk of the course, I'm not yet finished, pretty quickly, and was able to implement a lot of stuff that's already resulting in increases in sales and inquiries for my business. And we'll talk about that toward the end of the course as well. But anyway, so you get these 10 modules, 144 lessons. Since I've had it, which hasn't even been a week yet, I've also noticed that there have been new additions made, so extra lessons added, another module added. One of the other things I really have found invaluable is there is a community attached to the course. I don't run the community. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just a member in there like you would be. And what I really like about it is I've been able to post questions when I've got stuck on something and I've had immediate help. So That was all really, 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 really useful. So, what I wanted to do today was answer some of the questions that have been coming through, and then I want to talk you through more about how the content's different to marketing with soul, but how it's going to help you with your practice as well, so that if you want to grab it, you can grab it, and if you don't want to grab it, that's okay. But at least you'll know what's available out there in the world at the moment and what the latest thing is, so that when the time does come for you to, do a course around marketing for your business, you'll know exactly what to do and where to go. Okay. So, where are my questions? The first question that I had was, how long did it take me to get my money back? Now, if you can hear banging around, it's just me trying to pick up my notebook, and you can hear glassware there. It's because I've got somebody's, liver treats in a glass jar that was on top of my notebook. Sorry, I'm just getting the page ready for us now. I can't even see my page. I don't know where I've written it. I wrote out all the questions. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so the first question, and the question I've been asked the most since I started selling it, was how long will it take to make the money back, right? So as I said, you don't have to sell it at all. You can do the course, and the course is going to help you learn how to market your private practice online, right? So social, blogging, SEO, emails, website, your content. It's going to take you through all of that, what to write and how to write it. But for those of you who do want to sell it, it took me 4 days, but that was from the date of purchase. Now, on Saturday, I started working through it. On Sunday, I'd made the decision that I wanted to sell it. So on Sunday morning, I had a co-working session with the lovely members of the Digital Product Success Hub. We all were sharing insights and information and things like that for our digital products. I shared with them, hey, I'm going to sell this thing. They gave me some feedback, and they reviewed my sales page for me. I made some tweaks and changes based on that feedback and their suggestions. And then later that day, I published my sales page. So that was Sunday night. And then Tuesday, I woke up and had a sale. So that's how quickly it was for me. And it's different for everyone. So if you say, well, how long is it going to take you? I really don't know how long it will take you. I think there are a lot of things that come into it. Like, you've got to have a sales page that looks appealing. You've got you don't need a big audience. You can start a brand new Instagram account if you wanted to sell this. Just start a brand new Instagram account. You don't need any followers, and just start talking about different aspects of the product. That might take you a little while to get your first sale, but it will come, I imagine. But in the community, everybody's talking about how long it's been taking them to make sales. And I've seen people make sales sort of the same day they bought it. But I would say that they were already pretty tech savvy. Not that you need to be, but I would say that maybe they just had more time, but they were able to get some sales. Other people had sales in the first week or two, other people in the first month or two. And of course, there are some people that haven't made a sale yet. They're kind of struggling. And then there are other people who are just crushing it, and they're making, like 5 sales a day and stuff like that. It's out of control. So it's really up to you. But I got my first sale and made my money back. So every sale from then on out has and will be just money in the bank for me. So yeah. And just too, while I'm on this topic, I didn't buy it straight away when I first saw it. I did see it on Instagram, and I was curious because I'm always looking for digital products, because I believe in future-proofing my practice, especially with everything that's happening in the world at the moment and with the economy and, all of this. I understand that a lot of private practices are experiencing drops in their one-to-one sessions, and they're getting worried, and they're coming to me and they're saying, what else can I do to make some money? So I have a responsibility to keep my eye out for things that can help these practice owners make a little bit of money on the side, just to take the pressure off when those one-to-one clients aren't booking in and they've got gaps in the diary, because I don't want anybody feeling stressed. But anyway, that's how I first started looking into it. I looked into a few digital products. I found a lady with this one. I followed her for, I'm not even joking now, about 2 months. And I was just nervous because I was really skeptical because I never heard anything like this before. And I was thinking, is it a scam? I don't want to be scammy, all this sort of stuff. So I was the silent audience for her. I never engaged with any of her posts. I just would see things pop up on my feed from time to time, and I would watch them and read them and, just, I don't know, sit on it. And then over time, I started to think more and more about it. And then what happened was my old coach had put up a post on her Instagram saying that she was doing this digital course and she was loving the course and she was learning a lot. For her, she really got a lot from the branding. So it talks about how to brand, in your case, your private practice, but she works with a different niche to me. But for us, it will be our private practice or our coaching business or our health and wellness business, our psychology practice, whatever. And she really loved that. And there was a module there on branding expansion that she really got a lot from as well. For me, it's been more about the SEO and the email campaigns. I'm really loving learning about that. But anyway, when I saw that she was doing it and then she started to sell the course herself, then I felt like it was safe for me to do it. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I just thought if somebody that I look up to and respect is doing this, then it must be okay. So I sent her a message and I asked her, how's it going, how are you finding it, da 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 da. And we probably had, over the course of maybe a month, maybe we had 4 or 5 message exchanges on Instagram before I made the decision that I was going to do it. And the thing that held me back was, number one, skepticism. Number two, I was worried about the money because it is a big investment. It's $497 US, which is 777 Australian. So to me, that's a big investment for something that's like not essential in my business. Like, my business doesn't need marketing right now. Like, my business does just fine with the marketing. But if I was in a business and I didn't have a flow of clients and I wasn't getting traffic to my website, my blog wasn't converting to inquiries, I didn't have a clue about my social media. I was just putting posts up for the sake of putting them up and saying I was doing it. I would definitely see it was essential. So anyway, it was like this idea in my head, oh my gosh, I've got to take that out of my savings, and what if I never make it back, and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, what got me over the line was I was sitting there one day and I was talking to one of my clients and she was talking about how nervous she was. And then I just thought, do you know what? I don't want this for anybody. I'm going to do this course and I'm going to get better at marketing, and I'm going to teach everybody what I'm learning from this course and apply it to private practice so that they can get better. But then then that's why I did it, right? So I was just like, I'm going to do it. And I said to myself, it's a business expense. It's a tax deduction. I'm not going to have to pay tax on it for my business, all of this, right? And it will count towards my PD. So I got to the point where I was just fine with it. And I ripped the Band-Aid off. And honestly, isn't it always the case that the anticipation is worse than actually doing it? Because once I purchased the program, so I bought it off one of my coaches. Once I purchased it, I was like, oh, that wasn't so hard. Why was I making that such a big deal? Seriously, I don't know why I put myself through that sometimes. I should have just bought it 2 months ago. I don't know why I was like dragging my feet. But anyway, once I hit buy now and everything, it was all done and dusted. And I was just like, great, let's do it. Anyway, so that was a long answer to how long will it take to get my money back. Okay. Now, what happened after I hit the buy now button? That wasn't a question that was asked. It was a question I made up because I thought maybe somebody might be wondering what happens after you hit the buy now button. So you hit the buy now button, and what happened was I was able to, I paid in full, but I could have had Klarna, which is paying for system. I could have used PayPal paying for, I could have done Afterpay. So there are all these different ways I could have paid. And I worked out that if I did Klarna or Afterpay or something like that, it was going to cost me, depending on the exchange rate, about $195 a month over 4 months. And I thought that was super affordable and super reasonable, and I would have been happy to do that. But the reason I paid in full was just because I don't like having stuff hanging over my head, so I just paid it in full. But anyway, after I hit the buy now button and put in all my details and everything, I was taken to a thank you page. That thank you page had a big button on it that said click here to go to the course in the community. So I clicked that button. What happened then was a screen opened up and it was like, welcome. The screen had a picture on it, like a little video of, a city skyline. And there were two big boxes underneath. One was to do the course and one was to connect with the community. I jumped straight into the course and started working through it almost immediately. As I said, because the lessons were so short and actionable, I don't know, maybe it was all the dopamine hits I was getting, but I got addicted pretty quickly and I just powered my way through it because it felt so easy. I got stuck here and there, but it wasn't because of the course, it was just because of me. Because sometimes I skip over little details, don't I? Instead of like reading the whole paragraph, I just kind of skim things and then I'm like, hey, what's going on here? So then I went into the community. The community is great. There are like hundreds of thousands of people in the community and they all help each other. And it was really nice. The community is divided into what they call circles. There's a circle there for troubleshooting. So that's where I spend most of my time. But I went in there and as soon as I posted a question about, whatever it was I was getting stuck on at the time, within an hour or two, somebody had written a reply and I was back on track. So a community is really, really lovely. It's a very active, vibrant community. Yeah. The other thing, so that's what happened basically. I just got taken into the portal. I could access the course in one section. I could access the community in the other. It was all very intuitive. It's all laid out really easy, step by step, black and white. It was fine, not scary, not overwhelming. And then because I started to find that it was working for me and I was really loving it, I decided that I was going to start clicking around on a section that taught me how to sell the product. So then I spent time there, as I said, on Sunday morning while I was doing my co-working. By the end of that time, I had my sales page drafted, got it checked by the ladies in the group, and then I published that later on that day. So that was kind of my journey and how quick it all sort of went. Somebody was asking me, this is the next question by the way, how much can you sell it for? If you do decide to sell it as a way to make extra income for your business and cover yourself when times are tough, the minimum that you can sell it for is $497 US. So this is all happening under an umbrella of what's called resale rights, or master resale rights, as some people call it as well. It simply means that when you buy the program, so when you buy the marketing program and you're going to learn how to market your practice or your business, you can also then sell the program if you choose to. You can rebrand it as your own. You can have your own logo for it. You can have your own domain for it. So for me, I have a little logo. It's a therapist talking to a client. The client is laying down on the couch, talking as a speech bubble. And I just called mine the Happy Practice. And I called mine the Happy Practice because I thought of you, and I thought you would be much happier if you weren't stressed about money. So I called it the Happy Practice. But I can sell it for minimum $497 US under the master resale rights, but I can sell it maximum as much as I want. So if I wanted to, I could sell it for $997, or I could sell it for, $1,500 or $2,000 or $3,000 or something like that. So it's totally up to you. You just can't go below $497 US, which is, depending on exchange rates again. For me, when I bought it, I think I paid $775 or $777, something like that. It was in the sevens. So that's how it goes. The next question was, what if I'm not techie? Well, here's the good news. You don't need to be tech savvy. You will learn about free software that you can use for creating your sales process. So, sales process is just another way of saying a sales funnel. Don't get bogged down by the terms. If you're in business, you already have sales funnels. If you don't know what they are, that's probably a sign you need to learn about marketing, because they're really, really, really important. You've got to have a very streamlined process for clients to be able to find you and book in with you. And it's a little bit different to what some private practice owners think it is. It's not just having a website and a book now button. There are other steps to take. And if you are struggling to get clients, it's probably because you don't know what those other steps are. And when you don't know what you don't know, you just keep doing the same thing and not getting any different results, right? So that's why, doing a course like this can be super duper helpful. So no, you don't need to be tech savvy. I learned a brand new piece of software in a morning just by going through the videos. So the videos went for, as I said, really quick. Some videos are like 1 minute. It's just like how to create your account. Just, watch this video and then you go and you create your account. And then the next thing is how to, set up step 1 in your sales process. Watch this video. It goes for like 2 minutes. Then you pause the video and you go back into the software and you do it yourself. So it's very easy. It's, watch and go. Is that what they say in the daycare centers? Watch and go or watch and do or something like that. It's very, very easy. So you're going to be fine. Don't worry about the tech. Another question that I was asked was, somebody actually said, $497, that's fine, but are there going to be any upsells, or any hidden fees and charges that I'm going to get slapped with down the track? The answer is no. I've never been upsold anything. I'm on the email list now. They haven't tried to upsell me anything. The only thing that I get from them email wise is it looks to me like they have daily calls. They were meant to be monthly, but I think now they're happening a lot more regularly, and they're troubleshooting calls, they're help and support calls. So they're live calls, they happen at all different time zones. You can watch recordings, listen to replays if you can't join live, but you can get help. So if you do get stuck with something, there's that support there, but they're the only emails that I've had. And it also says in their licensing agreement that they're never going to upsell you anything. So there's that, and there's been no extra fees. Any software or tool or thing like that they suggest or they recommend is free. Okay, so you don't even have to pay for any of the software or tools to get yourself going and making additional money if that's what you want to do by selling it. So that was handy to know. Somebody else was saying, what about refunds? So no, it's a digital product. And as with all digital products, no refunds. That's because the nature of the content is that it's downloadable. So it would make sense to have refunds. But that's in the terms and conditions. And if you choose to sell it as well, they give you all the terms and conditions and the legal documents and stuff like that. And you can also, they show you how to get your own and source your own and create your own. And that'll be in yours as well when you decide to sell it, if you do. What's included in the course was another really good question. So I'm just going to jump onto my page now and share with you what I've written so that if you haven't seen it, you can hear what's actually included because I've written it out for you. So it's really nice and easy. But yeah, you're going to get everything that you need to learn how to market your private practice, plus make a little bit of extra money if you wanted to by reselling the Done For You course as your own for 100% profit, right? There's no tricks, no scams, no nothing. You're not being an affiliate. It's nothing like that. So what I did to sell this is I remembered about having a niche audience, right? So you are my niche. So you are who I'm selling it to. But there are other people in there who are selling it to other niches. So not only health or wellness, but there are people in there who are selling it to, I don't know, like retail places and pet places and, business coaches and stuff like that. So I've niched my sales page to speak to a particular demographic. So I'm saying that the digital marketing program is for three types of people: therapists who are just starting and they're feeling like they don't know what to do with marketing, it's a little bit overwhelming, and they're wanting a step by step guide to get their practice noticed and their diaries filled. It's the second group is for people who are already in private practice, but they're noticing that fewer bookings are coming through. So it's perfect for them because it's going to help them revitalize their client base and acquire some proven strategies that will help them to attract new clients that actually want to pay for their services. And then the third person in my sort of demographic is therapists that are really worried about what's happening in the economy at the moment. And they're noticing that less clients are booking in and they really want to diversify their income and protect their practice. And they want to do that not only by getting better at marketing and getting their practice in front of the right people, but also by selling digital products. And there's a bunch of therapists in private practice that are selling digital products successfully and making additional income. So that's who I'm selling it to. So in the modules, I've included 8 on my sales page, but there are 10 now. So the first module is sort of an introduction to marketing with a real focus on online marketing. So it teaches about the core concepts that can be used by private practice owners, therapists, psychologists, and it teaches about business techniques and strategic insights that you can apply to your marketing. So this is really important because it's going to get you out of therapy mindset and into business mindset or CEO mindset, right? Module 2 is learning how to build your very own branded sales process. So as I mentioned before, it's kind of like a sales funnel. If you don't know this terminology and you don't know what a sales process is for your business and you don't know what your funnel is for the business, it's probably a sign you need to learn this stuff because it is part of your business, whether you're aware of it or not. I want you to be aware of it so that you can make any adjustments that you need to make in order to keep the diary full if that's what your goal is, or to help build authority, credibility, visibility, all those kinds of goals and intentions that we have for marketing. So that's going to teach you that. The third one I'm really loving at the moment, it's around email marketing. And this is really important for keeping clients engaged. So many of us have that experience where we see a client once or twice and they just kind of disappear into the ether. This is a way of keeping all of our clients engaged, whether they're current clients, prospective clients, or they've finished therapy and they're like, in inverted commas, past clients. So in that you learn how to create email processes and email campaigns that not only keep people in your world, but keep your practice top of mind so that when they are ready for an appointment, they're going to click on the book now button and work with you. Module 4 is branding expansion, which is so important. It's going to help you create an identity for your private practice. So as somebody who reviews private practice websites every day and looks at people's Psychology Today profiles every day, a lot of what I see is people copying each other or modeling each other and like, well, I saw all these other ones on Psychology Today, so I figured, and they're written in this way, so I wrote mine in that way. No, branding expansion is all about creating that unique voice for your private practice so that you can stand out amidst that sea of similar services. Because when you get lost in the white noise, your clients don't book. Clients are booking with the people who are standing out, and you stand out by having your own identity, and your message is part of that, your communication is part of that, or everything. Module 5 is looking at business tools that you can use. Again, these don't cost anything, so it's fantastic. But it's going to help you with things like not only looking after your clients, but also looking after any projects that you might have on the go. So I know some of you are looking at, you've got projects around setting up memberships, you've got projects around retreats, you've got projects around rebrands, you've got projects around putting together bundles and packages, all those kinds of things. So That's going to teach you how to get use business tools that are free of charge to map things out in a way that's step by step, really clear, really concise, and you know what you're doing day to day to shift the needle in your practice, right? Module 6, I think, is going to be really valuable for you because this seems to be the one that most private practice owners go to straight away, which is social media, but they don't know what to post. They're just posting what they think they should post, or they're posting about their own availability, or it's just very dry, very bland. It's not really adding any interest or value to, whoever's reading it. It's not capturing their imagination. They're not wanting to click follow or subscribe, things like that. But this module fixes that for you because it's going to show you how to create like that genuine connection through posted on your social media if you're a social media person. And as you know, you don't need to be on social media to build a profitable private practice or a practice that aligns with you in terms of your soul wisdom and your heart space. But you will learn how to not only pinpoint your ideal audience on social, but you'll also be able to walk away knowing exactly how to create content that captivates them because it truly resonates, and you're going to learn how to share it seamlessly across different platforms. Okay, and then you're going to also learn how to assess the reach and the impact of all of your content, which is really important because if you knew that the way you were posting wasn't getting shared, wasn't getting read, wasn't getting engagement, wasn't getting all of that, you would pivot, right? You would do something differently. But if you're not looking at that data, you don't know if it's working or not. You're relying on bookings or inquiries to tell you whether it's working or not. But once you know what to look at, then you can make changes. And guess what? When you make changes, you start to see results more quickly. But again, if you don't know what you don't know, you can't make those changes. So it's really up to you. You can fly blind, post it on your social, but if you're not getting anything from it, it's a sign that there's something there that you're missing that you just haven't picked up yet. That's what this course is going to teach you, right? It's going to show you how to use those that data to refine and enhance how you're working on social media so that you can get more followers, get more clients, get more inquiries. Okay, so you don't have to be tech savvy or anything like that, but it's really going to help you to do things like build brand awareness, build visibility, help people through writing content that's helpful and useful, and create more of an impact, right? So I think that module is going to be really popular for you. I think it's probably going to be the first one people go to. The next one that I think people are going to go to is module 7, which is SEO and blogging. So I know a lot of you really love to blog, but the problem is when I go and look at your blogs, you're not blogging strategically. You're blogging from your heart space, which is wonderful, but you also need to have strategy behind it. It's that embodiment and embracing the masculine and the feminine. You can't just write from the feminine. We have to have a strategy that supports it. And if you don't know what the blogging strategy is for your private practice, there's not much point in you blogging. You're probably just wasting your time. And I don't want that for you. The purpose of a blog is to bring more traffic to your website and to get more inquiries and more bookings. If those things aren't happening, then you're not blogging effectively, and you're missing out on helping people. And yeah, so with this course, you're going to learn how to, write blogs in such a way that they rank, on Google, and in a way that helps set your practice up so that you can promote your own experience, your own wisdom, share your messages, share your stories with the clients that actually want to hear it, read it. Do you know what I mean? So this also not only helps you expand your reach and build your audience, which you absolutely need, because if you don't have an audience, you can do all the blog posts that you want, but if there's nobody there to click on them, what's the point? So you've got to grow your audience, and this also will help you to do things like make a difference in more people's lives, which is pretty good. Module 8 is all about what platforms to market on. So it talks about things like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, da 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 da. Now, I know like so many of you are on Facebook and Instagram. I feel like in private practice, Pinterest is largely untapped. I don't recommend TikTok for private practice, but I know there are practices that are using it. And I do recommend YouTube. In fact, apart from like the biggest referrer of clients to other therapists and private practice owners is other private practice owners. But what was I going to say? I've just forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, but when clients go to look for us, they look in two places first. Google is number one, YouTube is number two. So you didn't hear me say Facebook or Instagram there, or TikTok or Pinterest. I said Google and YouTube. So this is what I'm saying. You need to understand what platforms to market on for your practice and how to market on them effectively so that you're building those connections and getting clients. Right now, there's two other modules that have since come up that I haven't added to my page yet, but I will. One of them is success mindset. So the success mindset module was created by the members of the community in this course. I haven't looked at it yet because, as I said, I just haven't had time. Plus, it's a new one. Yeah. And then the other thing that's really good about this course, as I said, is it's got a free community. So that's what's included in the course. And new stuff's happening all the time. So new lessons, new modules coming out all the time. You never have to pay for those updates or those upgrades. They are always there for you. You don't ever have to worry about them ever again. In fact, later on, I don't know if maybe the course price goes up or something, doesn't matter. You've got it. It doesn't affect you, right? You've got it. You are always grandfathered in. What else did I have for my questions? Oh, how do I sell it? That's a really great question. Well, guess what? You're going to learn how to sell it in the course. The course teaches you how to sell the course. So don't worry about that. And yeah, as I said, it couldn't have been easier. I really loved it so much. Yeah, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. Also, because I know that marketing with soul is great for private practice owners that are like me and they love spirituality and they love being genuine and authentic and things like that. And they want to create a beautiful private practice using their intuitive skills and a little bit of the woo, but that's not for everybody. I also have people in my world who aren't into that, and they're just like, Brooklyn, just cut the fluff. Give me the bare bones. What do I need? So this is the bare bones, cut the fluff version. And also this version is more affordable. As I said, it's about $777 Australian dollars to buy. Marketing with Soul is about $3,000 to buy. So two different courses doing different things. The content is different in both of them. Yeah. So I would absolutely suggest that if you haven't done any marketing courses yet and you don't know how to market your practice, you don't know about funnels and systems and what tools you should be using, because it's a whole thing, I would start with this one rather than start with the more expensive one, simply because this one's going to set up all the foundations for you. It's going to set up all the basics. Once you've got those in place, then go and do marketing with soul if you really want to. Otherwise, here's another way that you can use it. So there's 3 ways you can use it. You can buy the course, do the course like I'm doing. You can buy the course, do it and sell it like I'm doing. And then the third thing that you can do is you can use the course to make your own membership. The only difference is if you did it that way, you would probably be charging a monthly fee and you wouldn't be selling the resale rights. So it would just mean you download all the content and you make modules on your portal. So whether you're going to use Kajabi or Thinkific, or I use Thrivecart, you can make all modules and just upload all the lessons and all the stuff into your modules. You might charge people, $97 a month and one module a month unlocks or something like that. But the difference is the people who buy it through you would not be able to resell it, because in order to resell it, they need to buy it outright at $497 minimum. Okay, so anyway, you've got a few different options of how you want to use it. So it's loads of fun. I'm also going to look at making a bonus to go with this as well. If I can, maybe, I don't know. But I just love it so much. I've spent this morning going through the course again, different modules, just to help have a look at it. That's it. Every time, the master resale rights mean for those of you who do want to sell it as a digital product, and as I said, you don't have to, but the option's there if you do. It just means that after you've done all the modules of the course, you then get to sell it as your own, branded as your own. Every time you sell the course, you pocket every cent of the earnings. There are no strings attached. It's yours for life, including all of the upgrades. Okay, you have lifetime access to the course because once you buy it, you own it. And that's pretty much it. So I hope that this has been really helpful. I will put the link to the course in the show notes for those of you who do want to go and read a little bit more about it. And of course, if you have questions, let me know. Just message me on Instagram at The Private Practice Coach, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So I hope this was a really helpful session, I was going to say. I hope this was a really helpful episode for you. And yeah, as I said, I would encourage you to grab this. If you're looking for clients, if you've noticed a drop in bookings, all that sort of stuff. As I said, the thing that got me over the line was I wanted change in my business, and I knew it was a tax deduction, and I just became determined to make sure that I could sell it. So yeah, you can do it. You don't have anything to lose. I'm sure you would even make your money back by learning how to market your practice properly, because then you'd be getting clients, right? So it's kind of a no-brainer when you look at it like that. But if you have questions, if you're feeling nervous about spending the money on the course, and you need some reassurance, and there are other things you want to ask, of course, ask. It's just here as an option for those of you that are struggling with the visibility and the marketing of your practice, okay, and finding clients. Anyway, I'm going to go for a drive now. I'm going to take who. I can't say his name because as soon as I say his name, he's going to get up and start going crazy. But, starts with B, ends in Y, has 4 paws. Go take him for a drive down to Sorrento, go get some lunch, take mum out for a drive as well, and just relax this afternoon because it's been a big morning of work. But I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I hope that you loved this episode as much as I loved putting it together for you. To get more resources to help you in your private practice, head over to Instagram. My handle is at The Private Practice Coach. And also, if you want more inquiries and referrals for your business, let me know. I have a program called Clients on Demand that opens every quarter, and I can absolutely get you some information for that as well. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you for sharing your gifts with the world. Bye.